the Phoenix Suns could be the most talented team in this year's NBA playoffs. At the trade deadline, the new owner that came in, Matt Asheba, I believe is how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. Please let me know down in the comments below if I am. But he came in, he decided to make his mark on this team by going out and getting Brooklyn Nets forward Kevin Durant to create this here big three, and he was able to do that, also keeping DeAndre Ayton throughout the whole process, which was huge and sets up a championship contender for the next 3 to 5 years without a doubt. Now TJ Warren, Terrence Ross, Darius Bazley were also brought in to kind of help out that bench. We'll talk about their roles throughout today's video. But before we get started, make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and stick around for the full video as it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And let's go ahead and get started. Are they good enough to win a championship? Like I said, he went out at the deadline, he made his mark, he created a team, a big three that should be good enough to compete. Between DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and now going out and getting Kevin Durant, the biggest move probably in NBA trade deadline history. They go out, give up 2 of their young wings with McCall Bridges, Cam Johnson, and bring back Kevin Durant, which, huge. I mean, you got to have a franchise player in the NBA today, and they had a couple already, but now they get another guy that can even, he can change the level of this team. They did have to give up a bunch of first-round picks. An insane amount of first-round picks. 5 future firsts to bring back Kevin Durant, but I think it was worth it. I mean, he's a generational player. When you have an opportunity to go out and get a guy like that, you have to take it, and they did, and look where they are now. The best player ever traded at the deadline? Arguably. I mean, definitely you can make an argument there. He's one of the best players we've ever seen. Probably the most gifted scorer of all time. He averaged 30 points per game this year, 6.7 rebounds, 5.3 assists per game. Absolute monster. 7 foot tall, basically. He's very good. 56% from the field, 38% from 3, 1.5 steals per night. I mean, he's really unguardable. Unless you're, maybe Victor Wembanyama can have a chance to guard him. He was out for a lot of games in the regular season, but when he was there, the Suns were 8-0 in the regular season. Now they are 11-1 with him in the starting lineup, looking to close out the Clippers in Game 5. The point guard has been pretty good as well. In the playoffs, he turns up. A lot of the older players kind of coast the regular season and turn up in the playoffs. Regular season stats were good, 14, 9, and 4. So, not terrible, especially when he is now essentially the 4th option on offense. He was efficient, 44% from the field, 38% from 3, 1.5 steals per game. Overall, Chris Paul, not a bad guy to have running your offense. I'd take him over a lot of guys in the NBA right now. The core pieces for the future, though, because Chris Paul and Kevin Durant are both 34 and older, so your core pieces for the next few years that are going to have to be the face of this franchise: DeAndre Ayton, who averaged 18 and 10 this season, as well as a couple of assists per game, was very efficient from the field, 29% from 3 on 0.5 attempts. If he's trying to expand his game a little bit, that's where the NBA is going. Feel free. He's going to need to shoot a little bit higher than 30%, though. D-Book, 28.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4.4 assists. He's been lights out for them so far in this playoff run as well. 50% from the field, 37% from 3 in 30 minutes per game. He has been exceptional so far, really coming into his own, even now as a many-year veteran in the NBA. Now, the bench revamp at the deadline: Bazley, Ross, and TJ Warren. Terrence Ross is definitely by far going to have the highest impact on this team. 11.1 points per game and about 3 rebounds. Of course, bought out from the Orlando Magic as they did not require the veteran services anymore. 47% from the field, 42% from 3 in 19 minutes per game. So wasn't even playing that many minutes per game and was still very efficient in those minutes. And he was very good. TJ Warren, 4.2 points, 2.8 rebounds in 11 minutes per game in the regular season from the Suns. They brought him in the KD trade, and I think, I feel like he could give him some good minutes in the playoffs. 47% from the field, 37% from 3. He's a guy that's been in the playoffs before, experienced, very efficient, can score from the wing. I mean, I like him a lot. Not just because he's an NC State former player, too. Darius Bazley, 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. He was brought in the Sarge swap. Not sure how much PT he's going to get, just because, not really a very experienced guy. But, he does have good efficiency in the regular season, does have some good numbers. The lineups for this Suns team, it's pretty unfair in my opinion. You've got two elite scorers, similar to the Boston Celtics on the wing, both averaging 28 plus per game. You've got a really nice big man option in goodness gracious, DeAndre Ayton down low, averaging 18 and 10, and you got one of the best floor generals to ever do it in Chris Paul. This team, and then you got Torrey Craig, great hustle guy. When you're trying to game plan for this team, I mean, who do you try to stop? Do you try to take out Kevin Durant, or do you have... Yeah, I mean, you got to pick your poison between KD, D-Book, and then you also have to worry about the paint with DeAndre Ayton. And then just when you think you've got it all covered up, here comes Chris Paul out of nowhere, carving you up, especially coming down the wire in a close playoff game because he's got that experience. Now, the bench, it's also decent. I mean, Cam Payne, Landry Shamet, Terrence Ross, TJ Warren, Darius Bazley... Not the best in the world, but you can make it work. Terrence Ross is a good bench guy. Cam Payne does have a lot of experience as that backup point guard in Phoenix, a guy that has come off the bench before. And then you've also got Landry Shamet. I believe both of those guys were on that finals run a couple of years ago. And then TJ Warren. TJ Warren's a guy that I feel like needs some more minutes on this team. But, I'm not the coach for a reason, so I guess I can't be complaining too much. Darius Bazley, I feel like he's more of a future piece, not really a current type guy. And then you also got Bismack Biyombo you got to throw in. Didn't put him there. I bet somebody just went and left a hate comment down below because I forgot about Biz. But I know Biz, Charlotte Hornet, former Charlotte Hornet. We don't forget our Charlotte Hornets around here. So Biz can give you some good minutes in the playoffs as well. The outlook. I mean, I think it's pretty clear right now. The West is wide open. The Clippers, that'll probably be a gentleman's sweep. If you don't win in 5, you win in 6 because Kawhi's already been ruled out for game 5. And then Paul George is out for the series. It'll be a battle versus the Nuggets unless the Timberwolves complete the improbable 3-0 comeback, which I do not believe. I believe that will be a gentleman's sweep just like this series. But like I said, the West is wide open. Down low, you could have LeBron and company. You could have Steph. You could have the Kings. You could have the Grizzlies. You don't really know. The only thing you know for certain is that you're probably going to be playing the Denver Nuggets in round 2, and that will be a heck of a series. Now, the small window, I talked about it a little earlier, referenced it a bit. 36-year-old Chris Paul, 34-year-old KD. They're not getting any younger. So they need to win a championship either this year or next year because that is really their window. Chris Paul really relies on that quickness, athleticism, all that. I think that he needs to go ahead and win a championship if he's going to in the next couple of years, or they need to move on from him and his massive contract. D-Book, DeAndre Ayton, they're going to have to shoulder the load, especially on down the line when CP's gone, KD's gone, and you see Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson winning a lot of games in Brooklyn together. So with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to the like button and leave me a comment down below if you did enjoy today's video at any point, as it really helps out in the YouTube algorithm. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.